The focus today is the search for those 6 people still unaccounted for. They are presumed dead at this hour, but divers want to recover their remains to bring the family some closure. We're told conditions are difficult, dangerous for the divers for a number of reasons, and we're going to get into that because only on CBS Mornings, we are joined now by the FBI agent who is leading the underwater search. That is Supervisory Special Agent Brian Hudson, who joins me now. Special Agent Hudson, thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure.
We had the governor on earlier. He personally thanks you and your team for the work you're doing. We mentioned the conditions. It's been raining here. It's been windy. How are things going?
They're going. It's a very dangerous situation underwater with the rubble still settling. It's not a great spot for divers. It's incredibly black water as the sediment gets kicked up. And there's also a significant current moving underwater as the tides change.
So the goal is recovery. The hope is there will be remains for these families. There will be closure of some kind. That's a very important mission. How big is the search area?
Currently, right now, we're doing the search along the entire length of the bridge that's gone out, and then we've expanded a couple hundred feet off of that.
And I know when you go under the water, visibility is difficult, but you have some tricks in helping you see. You've got sonar, different types. How is that helping you, and what are you seeing?
So what we've brought to assist Maryland State Police on this job is we have an ROV that we've put in the water. With that, the driver is going to sit in the boat, drive the ROV. He's going to have a camera and a sonar system on that. The second sonar that we brought is a side scan sonar, which is a towed behind a boat. It looks a lot like a torpedo, and that's going to give you a swath onto the right and to the left, so we can drive it along the debris field to get an idea on both sides of what we can see. And then to zero in on if we see any interesting targets or anything that might be of note, we can drop a sector scan, which is a tripod sonar system with the sonar head in the middle of the tripod, and that's going to give you a 360 look on the screen.
I want to talk about then what you're looking at down there because, this was a construction crew. They're on an overnight shift when traffic is reduced. They were in the middle of the bridge, and people who are familiar with the patterns of their work are saying that they might have been on a break at that point, sitting in their vehicles. Are you seeing vehicles with the sonar under the water?
That is what we're currently looking for, is vehicles and human remains if they were out of the vehicles, but primarily we're looking for vehicles.
And do you have an estimate at this point of how long this could take?
We've been told that probably up to a week.
A week?
Search. Yeah.
The sonar, the diving, what other tricks do you have up your sleeve at this point, now 36 going on 48 hours in, to find these people?
Like I said, it's pretty much the sonars. Like I said, we don't want to splash divers until we're absolutely sure of the targets. Once we do have identified some targets in the water, at that point, like I said, we'll hopefully see it with the camera with an ROV before we send the divers. Like I said, with the shifting wreckage, it's just not a great spot for divers to be in the water, and it's going to be black water. So once they do go on a target, it's pretty much going to be by fill. And with all the debris down there, there's going to be rebar, a lot of cutting obstructions, a lot of entanglement hazards. Like I said, so our goal would be if we find a target with the sonars, visually identify it, hopefully with the camera, if we can get visibility down there with the ROV, and then at that point, then we would send divers down.
I echo the governor in thanking you for your work. I know there are 6 families waiting for any kind of news and a wider community here that's rooting for you as well. So thank you, Special Agent Hudson. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
And folks, I'm going to send it back to you in New York because we know this is not only a story here on the scene, but a wider economic story that's snarling in many different directions, and you're going to take that up. So, Vlad, back to you.
Yeah, Tony, thank you very much.